The Logan Power Show. Welcome, everybody.
The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show.
He is phenomenal.
The Logan Power Show.
He's here to empower you and impact
The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show.
It'll be a great show.
He is phenomenal. Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan. Definitely. So hey, we're having some fun here. My name is Calvin Logan, the Logan Power Show. We nationwide, worldwide. We love y'all. Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, live here at The Point in Charleston, South Carolina. Well, I'm honored and I'm excited. I got with me three ladies that are not playing any games. They're from my alumni from my school, from Voorhees College and the Mass Communications Department. I have with me Miss Tyler Salters, the President of Mass Communications, Kiana Glover, Secretary of Mass Communications, and Miss Chantel Chandler, Publicist of the Mass Communication Club. How you ladies doing?
Fine.
Good, nice to meet you. All right, so we'll start with Mrs. Tyler Salters. We're talking, the topic that we're talking about today that's very prevalent, and we're having a lot of issues on misrepresentation of African American women in the media. Now, ladies, why is this such a necessary topic to talk about at this time? We'll start with you, Ms. Tyler.
I think it's such a necessary topic to discuss because there's such a stigma and a stereotype on African Americans as it is. Mm-hmm. And when dealing with young women, we have all these different supposedly role models in the media. There's a certain limitations placed upon us. So the image that we give out does matter because at the end of the day, there is somebody always looking at us.
Okay, that's great insight. Now, Miss Kiana, what's your personal take? Misrepresentation of African American women in the media. How do you feel about it?
Well, I feel like she said, we don't have too many good role models to look up to that much. And if we do, they're all in the journalism, the background part of it. So, yeah. Okay.
Now, if you can pass the mic over to Ms. Chantel, what about your personal take?
Well, I agree with both of them, but I also feel that it's an important topic to talk about because that's a lot of what we're seeing nowadays on TV. There's a lot of reality shows, and they portray women in this negative light, and that is all we have to look up to. That is all we see. There's no more of the Maya Angelou's for us to see anymore, and we need more people like that. And I know within our major, we're determined to make a difference and do what we have to do in that.
Okay. Well, I hear you saying that, there's a misrepresentation of African American women in the media. And you mentioned to us in regards the TV, you said journalists, but, why would we argue that? Because, you see certain people on television, you get a lot of ratings when you see a woman go out of bounds, ratings go sky high. If she's classy, is you would say in control, is not really brought out. So why would we need to even discuss this topic when you have people that's of that power accepting that?
Well, I feel like it's mostly accepted because that's a lot of what we see. If you only see one thing, it kind of turns into what it should look like as a whole. And I know in some instances, it feels like that's all we have to do. That's all we have to portray ourselves to get noticed, to get seen. And a lot of the celebrities, if they're doing stuff like that, that's how young women like ourselves and like other ones feel they need to get seen. That's how they feel like they need to put themselves out there, when that's not really how it should be. I kind of feel like there should be a balance between both reality shows and also women who are put together, who know how to show themselves in a correct way.
Okay. Ms. Tyler, since you're the president of Mass Communication Club, what about yourself? Why should we even argue this topic when we already see it so many times?
When dealing with reality TV, no one wants to talk about the uplifting part of it, or, you know, uplifting women and empowering. They're always focusing on the negative because it may seem pretty, it may seem cute. So even as my little sister, when she watches that stuff, oh, well, I gotta be seen, I gotta be noticed. That's how they act, that's how they get attention, and that's not always the case. So.
Okay. Now, Ms. Kiana, what about yourself? I mean, I know that everyone's on the same page. Are you different, or are you on the same page with them?
I'm on the same page. Like you said, it all goes back to the ratings. And I definitely agree with Chantel. Like, since that's what they know, that's what they put out, and then that's what everybody else feel, that's how they're going to have to be put out, to be seen, to be noticed.
Okay. Well, we got the misrepresentation. You know, what they're talking about is that you see a woman on TV, and you see it a lot. African-American women are put in a certain category. You know, you hear the part that said they're loud. You hear that a lot. You have an African-American woman, she's going to be loud. If African-American woman, if she's always going to be in a defense mechanism, I got to prove myself. I got to show who I am. I'm just saying some things you say. You know, I know everybody in the audience maybe agree with me, but that's what you see a lot. If you ask anybody who watched Love and Hip Hop, you probably have everyone raise their hand or maybe put it down, but somebody's watched it. Or someone that's watched Empire. And some people say, well, I love Cookie. That's the greatest person. She's funny, she's real, she's down to earth. But the biggest question is that all true? Reality TV, you see it all the time. You say, well, you know, man, they got so many reality television shows, and it's always us in a bad light. Now you may say, well, you know, Calvin, stop playing. Well, you watch Housewives of Atlanta, ladies. You may watch, you know, your other shows, like just name them. I mean, think about it. We don't have a Cosby mentality. Not a lot of Claire Huxtables on TV anymore. You don't have a lot of, as you would say, the lady off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Uncle Phil's wife. You don't have that as much. Vivian, there you go. I know God gonna give me the insight on this. You don't have that anymore. You don't. You don't have where Good Times. You don't have that anymore. I'm not talking about the bad side of life, but the good side. You know, you mentioned Trailblazers, Michelle Obama's. You don't have that around. I guarantee it, if the president's wife was off the chain, you probably have more people maybe agreeing with the situation instead of disagreeing, because she's classy. She's out the ordinary. She's out the box. And that's what we have to get back to that point. So I totally get what you're saying. Now, how we're going to do that? That's the question. Because right now, at this point, since you guys are mass communication majors, and you say, who here owns a network that's the same color pigmentation as yourself? There's not one except one. Maybe TV one. That's it. So how are you going to put that perception out there? How can we fix it?
Well, me being a student journalist at Voorhees College, and in my opinion, I consider media to be the who, what, when, where, why, and how of the world. So I figured if we use different platforms such as Blogger, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, to put out positive messages, then I feel like that's just one step where we can make a change. For example, why should a female's clothes define her? But that's the image that she put out there. So me being a blogger, then of course you're going to read what I post or whatever. It certainly does matter, because that's all you see is these booty pictures. I mean, young girls do look at that and be like, well, I gotta dress like that. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Well, I totally get it. You don't have to be provocative to get the attention. But society has proven that, I give an example, ladies, I'm not saying y'all, but ladies in general. When you see a lady who's dressed provocatively, she get more likes than a lady who has more of her clothes on. That's just Facebook, social media, hands down. No lie about it. Now for me, I'm a father. I got 3 kids. I'm married. I got a daughter and 2 sons. So I gotta tell my daughter how to be classy. I gotta tell my sons to what classy looks like. So I'm sort of in the middle. Cause let's be honest, no husband wants a nun. You don't want your wife looking like, she doesn't look beautiful on that particular day. You want her to dress up some. We ain't saying like she got to show everything in the world, but she got to dress like she going somewhere. She got to be conservative. She got to look sexy that one time, classy the other. She got to be in the balance. So, and this is why I tell my sons now, this is why I tell them, if you're going to date somebody, she got a social media page, look what her profile page is. That profile page is out there. That's exactly you may be getting is a misrepresentation of who you're dating. You see all the time on social media, we're in a relationship. The guy's dressed like he's smiling, he laughing, and the girl look like she is out there. And you saying, how in the world did that come about? And the big thing I tell people all the time is, that's what you wanted. What you put out there. So, Miss Chantel, I want to figure out if we're going to fix this. We heard Tyler talked about social media, blogging. Now, let's be honest. Not everyone has an opportunity to touch 1 billion people through social media, not all at once. TV is going to help you out also along with radio. So where are we going to actually make a dent in regards to TV? Where do you think that we could actually change the game?
Well, I honestly believe, coming from Voorhees, it being a small school, I think platforms like that give you an opportunity to find your voice as a young woman. It allows you to figure out how you can make that difference in your community, even though it can be somewhere small or something big as far as getting out to a bunch of people. But I feel like it allows us to understand that we have a voice, and even though our voice is small right now, it can grow and it can be big, so it can be heard all over the world.
Okay. Well, Ms. Kiana, give me one strategy. One strategy you're going to use that you're going to take from this. You've been on the Logan Power Show. People are now watching you. They're going to start asking you questions. Misrepresentation of African American women in the media. What will you do to make a change? What's one of your strategies?
Well, I feel like since everyone is more focused on social media, and that's where everyone gets their inspirations, their ideas, and everything from, that could be one platform that we start with. And then furthering that, start like workshops in the community or something at schools. Like with us, we have assemblies and stuff, and people do actually get change from those with the certain speakers we have. So.
Okay. And finally, Ms. Tyler, definitely we want to hear, since you're the president of the Mass Communications Club, you got got a big task ahead of you, and got a couple more years till you finish. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do, President? How are you going to change the perception?
Well, that's a really good question. Everybody has certain talents, certain goals, certain skills. So I figured with my role as being president, why not I use such talent and skills such as playwriting or movie writing or dancing or anything like that and put out a positive message? Why can't I do a play based on females uplifting other girls? That's one positive step. Or why can't I make up a group or an organization where we go to different universities and we go to different colleges and give speeches or lectures about self-esteem and women empowerment? So if one person, I'm not saying that I can change everybody or we can change everybody, because that's not going to happen, but if we at least touch one person or speak to one person, then I know for a fact that we've done what we can. So,
well, I believe that you guys will. I thank you for you all coming on the stage.
Thank you for having us.
This is a big step. And ladies and gentlemen, these are college students from Voorhees College. I'm excited to have my alma mater here. I claim to see something great happen from them. Their professor, Ms. Bradford's in the audience. I know she's excited. She believes in them. I told Mr. Watson, Ms. Bradford, I believe in them also. So I want everybody to take a look. You're looking at history. These 3 ladies here will change the way media is done and how the perception of African American women will be perceived. They will be classy. They will have power. They will make differences. They will not be just talk. It'll be action. And so I claim God's best upon you. If you ever want to come back on the show, you know how to get in contact with me. You know, I believe that you always got to reach back at people who reach back to me. I remember Ms. Bradford when she first came to Voorhees College. I remember she was vibrant, still is, loved to sing, but wanted to make change in mass communications. I remember Voorhees College had the radio station, and I was blessed enough to do radio one time. So now I'm on doing the TV. So I think God has truly took me to next levels. But that's all the time I got. The information on the screen, how to get in contact with these ladies. It's been a blessing being with you all. My name is Calvin Logan with the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. We thank you, we love you, and we will see you all next week.